Hey guys, how's it going? Good morning, and I want to quickly discuss about conscious sedation. Recently, one of my friend, he underwent endoscopy, upper GI endoscopy. There are two kinds of GI endoscopy, right? One, they go from the above. The other one, they go through the rear end. That's colonoscopy. But anyway, my friend had upper endoscopy, and then they told him that he was going to have conscious sedation. And he was very nervous about it. But then, of course, they gave him those medicines, and then, he was asleep. And then they did the procedure, and then they called his wife to come and take him home because he may be a little bit wobbly and all that. And his wife drove him back home. So then when he came back home, he was just, wondering, like, why did they call this conscious sedation? Because he did end up sleeping before the procedure even started. He remembered the nurse anesthetist, giving him the injection. And he later came to know that, they gave him Versed, that's commonly used, and a little bit of fentanyl, that's commonly used. And then, of course, propofol, the infamous one that Michael Jackson took to sleep. So, they can use any combination of these medicines. So I think he got Versed and the fentanyl. And then, in any case, he just fell asleep. And then 15-20 minutes later, when the procedure is over, he really woke up. So he was just asleep for, less than 30 minutes. But he did go to sleep. So his question was, why the heck are they calling this as conscious sedation? Why don't they call this as general anesthesia or something? See, when they give you general anesthesia, what happens is that decreases respiratory drive so bad that those patients have to be ventilated during the procedure. That is the big difference. In conscious sedation, they may completely go to sleep. That's why I think conscious sedation might be a misnomer. They may have to just call it as moderate sedation. So when they give you moderate sedation, which is commonly called as conscious sedation, a lot of people, they think like, oh, I'm going to be conscious through the procedure, but that's not true. They may completely fall asleep. In fact, when I had my colonoscopy, I ended up going to complete sleep too. 30 minutes later, I woke up and my wife drove me back home. So it is called as conscious sedation, but that doesn't mean that you're going to be conscious through the procedure. But the way it differs with the general anesthesia is in the fact that if they gave you general anesthesia, then it sedates the brain so much that it even sedates the respiratory, centers in the brain that drives your respiration. So those patients are going to quit breathing. So they have to intubate, keep the patient breathing on a machine. And when the procedure is over, when they withdraw the anesthesia, and once the patient breathes on his own, they can remove the tube. I hope that explains and it clarifies. I'll talk to you later in my next post. Goodbye.